This is Julie Moeller, and on this video, I want to give you some ideas on how to put an assignment in your first week of class to ensure that the students have at least acknowledged the orientation documentation as well as agreed to the academic integrity policy. So this can still be used for a hybrid or face-to-face classroom, but most notably, it would definitely be a useful thing to do in an online classroom. Now you can see I welcome the students to the class. I have in big red print when things are due. I do give them one pass. I have my orientation, good things to know. I have some glossaries. These things I put all in that top section. I use a label. Once I create a label and design it, I made this red print. I just duplicate that label and then change the text. So it's pretty simple. Create a label, get it looking the way you want, duplicate. Same thing with inserting this horizontal rule to separate the sections. I have that information in a different video, but it's very simple. So I have all my orientation documents together, my instructor page, my syllabus, and my schedule. All right, now down and the first section, I used to keep the integrity policy up there in that first section, but the students would get lost and they would miss it. So I found the greatest success is in this first week, I create an assignment, which I'm about to show you. And then the things that they have to interact with, which I have 4 things they have to interact with, are underneath that assignment. They need to accept the academic policy. That's the standard policy that we have for them to accept at the very bottom of the screen. Okay, I agree, I don't agree. And then I have read the required documents. This is a choice I created under activities. So I created that choice, put some text here that says, okay, I've read all of the required documents. I understand that there are 3 proctored exams in my class. You may have 2. And then any additional information, I think I want to be absolutely sure that yes, I can abide by all of these above statements. I understand these things. So they cannot, as soon as they say that, they can't later say, oh, I didn't know I had to be, that there was 3 exams. I didn't know this or that or the other. They have agreed to it. Now, whether they read it or not, can't say, but they can't come back and say I didn't. So it's a really great fallback for you to go, I know that you acknowledge that you read the required documents. Okay, now I also have an introductions form that I put in there, and I have a student information form. This is just where I've I've created some questions for them to fill out for them so that I can get to know the students a little bit better. In here, I have just their preferred nickname, some information about the preferred email, other things that I might need to know as I'm a computer instructor, and just different ways to get to know. And I'd probably put something funny in here. I like to put in some kind of poll on cookies or ice cream. And that's just a fun way to get started on the classroom. So this I've done in a little questionnaire. How to create this, I'm going to be putting in a different video. But that's the other thing that I have in here on that first week for them to do. So now, the last thing you need to do once you have these things in place is actually create the assignment. So here's my assignment. I just created an assignment. And there I said, here's my objectives. I want you to read all 3 of these orientation items. I need you to edit your profile. I need you to go into the introductions forum and respond to 2 other students, as well as, of course, accept the integrity policy. Of course, it's nice to spell things out for them. I do this on every one of my assignments. I have a checklist, things that they are supposed to do. So register your choice on policy, the documents, edit this, fill out that, post there, reply to that, etc. Okay, so then they do this assignment. I do not give any other grades until they've made 100 on this assignment. That's what I tell them. They will not receive any other grades until they get 100. They get a 100 on this assignment as soon as they have done all items. If they fail to do any one item, it's a 0. Period. So that's the case. I have no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't have any problems with that. As soon as they see a 0 in that assignment, I get what did I, and then they, okay, and then they fill out what they're supposed to do, and I assign the 100, and then we move on with the class. Very rarely I get to assignment number 2, and they still haven't done assignment number 1 or filled it out correctly, and I'll assign it a 0. At that point, that really does wake up the student, and they go and they finish. They'll have one or two, usually it's the academic integrity policy they've missed. And now I've assured that they understand the required documents, and they have the academic policy signed, and I will not have any problems with that later on. So that's how I start my class. If you have any questions on how I create any of these things or want any boiler templates on any of these things, contact Julie Muller at Technology Services. I'll be glad to help you. Thank you.